Okay. I'm gonna finish painting where the strap was. Looks pretty good. All cleaned up and painted now. Cool. Yeah. Looks good. Alright, got the transmission all cleaned up and painted. Kind of a metallic color. Found my cross member and got all the bolts ready, so I'm gonna go ahead and upload this dude. See if we can't get it up in there. What are you doing under there?
Well, you had this taped up for when we painted the transmission. So I'm taking the tape off so that our tranny pan is all nice and shiny still. Looks pretty.
Okay.
Got this tape off here.
Wrapped up pretty good, huh?
Yeah, it is wrapped up pretty good. Ah! It's sticking to me. Pretty sticky tape. Okay.
Don't get it in your hair.
That would be terrible.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Got almost done. Wow, that looks nice. Almost.
All right.
Wow, very good.
It's a brand new pan, so
Yeah, it's pretty.
yeah, the rest of the
Nice and
transmission looks
shiny.
good. Yeah.
Is this stainless steel?
No, it's galvanized, so
It's galvanized?
I don't think it'll rust.
It's nice though.
Yeah. I
Nice
made sure it
and
didn't scratch it up. I have pads
Yeah.
underneath it.
Very good.
All right, cool.
And got our pretty gray. This looks good.
All right. Now we put in our torque motor bolts, starter, exhaust, and all that good stuff. Get this thing running again.
Absolutely.
All right, got a lot of stuff to install today. Got the tranny up in there yesterday. Got my fuel tank, exhaust system, drive shaft, transcooler lines, and got to get the engine harness put up in there because before I put my starter on, got to plug in the crankshaft position sensor. Otherwise, have to take the starter back off. We don't want to do that. We just want to put it on, leave it on there, because we're going to bring her alive. She's going to be running here pretty soon. So here we go with that. these wires on the exhaust. So I'm gonna put a little bit of protection around them. Gotta go right through this little hole for knock sensor, tank sensor. So I'm gonna wrap these up so that I'm not gonna melt them. So that would not be a good thing. Alright. Yeah, it's probably gonna get a little bit toasty right there. So, I'll put this starter on and plug that crank sensor in and knock sensor. So, that's a little bit excessive of wire there, but I guess we can zip tie it. There we go. All right. Well, it's Sunday evening. Sun's going down, but I got a lot done this weekend. Got the gas tank in, got the exhaust up and over, got the fuel filter with the built-in regulator, return line, got my fuel pump wired in, exhaust all done in, fuel line run all the way up here to the front. Got starter in, transmission in, bell housing bolts, and started on the wiring harness so that I could plug in everything that's underneath. When I get it off the lift, we'll go ahead and finish doing the wiring harness, put the radiator in, all that stuff. But yeah, it's getting to the point where I can hook up a few more things and crank her up, then we'll have to push her. Got to get my bow ties straight, and I'll put a little tack on them, and yeah, she's looking good. All right, it's the next day, and Katie's younger sister came to visit. Getting some suspension work done. Yeah, kind of looks like almost the same steering wheels. Today got a little bit of time. I'm gonna be going ahead and start hooking up the wiring harness, put a little bit more conduit on there, and get it looking, looking a little bit better. I redid my coil pack wiring harnesses, so that everything's covered up. I'm gonna conjoin those with the fuel injector harnesses, make one harness out of two, so it looks a little bit neater. I'm gonna go ahead and start working on that, get everything plugged in, and maybe tomorrow I'll have some time to put the radiator in, some other stuff. But I wanted to get working on this wiring harness and see how it goes. Alright, got my engine wiring harness all hooked up. Got these both running one conduit, injectors and coil packs. Got both sides done. Everything's plugged in. And I'm working on getting my underhood lighting wiring harness, and I got all my underhood relays here. I gotta get my bracket mounted to put all these relays on. And I got my mega fuse. Got to get that mounted. I need some more 1/4 screws. I think they use the stainless steel ones. They look better. And got my throttle body mounted. I'm always impressed with that 90mm throttle. Yeah, it just speaks horsepower. So, but got yesterday my wiring harness coming up for the fuel pump. I can join it into the engine wiring harness, the standalone harness. And it's getting kind of late, but I think tomorrow I'll work on this harness. And also up in here I got to get my computer and the fuse box for the standalone harness all mounted up in there. Maybe I'll get my shifter mounted, get some more stuff hooked up, and then I can go ahead and still got my under dash harness I got to get mounted up in there, and then this will plug into it. All this stuff out here will be powered up, and of course got to run my main power cable up along here. And of course, the lighting wiring harness for the far side has to be all wrapped in conduit, run up under here before I put my radiator in. So, got a little bit more wiring stuff to do before we can start hooking up all this stuff. So, got a little bit done tonight. We're going to try to get a little more done tomorrow night. Alright, making some progress on my underhood wiring harness. Got my lighting harness running across underneath the radiator core support there. And I'm starting to get all of the conduit strapped down. I need a few more of these little straps. And I've got all my relays mounted with a starter, washer, fans, horn, Got my mega fuse down here. This is for the ambient temperature sensor. Goes over here. Gotta get some of that little 1/4-inch conduit to kind of cover up a few more of these things. Might even make a little cover over this. But now that I got all this wired up and wires run under here, I can go ahead and start putting my radiator in and start hooking up other stuff and get some hoses running and start to get it to the point where we can get it cranked up, hook up the transcooler lines, the steam line, and later on, probably this weekend, I'm gonna wrap up the wiring in here and the shifter and all. Still hadn't had time to get to that, but we're gonna get to it. I gotta get some more of these little strap things for holding down harnesses, but yeah, we're getting there. I'm gonna kind of try to wrap up this under hood thing. I want to get my wiper motor mounted. Still got to get it cleaned up and painted, and heater hoses run under the classic air box under there, and just, you know, in general, reassemble. So just gonna keep on going at it.
Attach the battery tray.
Alright. Is it coming through?
Yes.
It's a little bit crooked. You might have to move it a little bit. Move it towards the front of the car. I think, yeah. Still, no.
Yeah, it's lining up.
Okay. What are you doing up there? Trying to put a bolt.
There it's going.
No, it's not. It ain't catching. Oh, there it goes. Dang.
Yeah, it's going.
Is it going?
Yeah, I see it.
Alright. Now we gotta put the other bolts in. Up there, and then we'll tighten them down. Alright. Oops, want to pinch that wire. There's a lot of paint on those threads.
Looks nice though.
Yeah.
What about that one?
That one? That's for the little hold down doohickey. I got one of them around here somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You gotta put that in there after you put the battery in.
I see.
And you tighten these bottom ones. Oh, there goes the socket. All right. All right, does that pass your inspection?
Looks awesome.
Cool. got something to plug our taillight wiring harness into. I'm gonna get this run up front, and if I can ever untangle it, you've got somewhere here. Okay, this is the end that goes up front. So that's gonna go that way. And okay, we've got backup lights. Come on. Yeah. Keep turning it, you'll finally figure out. Can't see underneath there. There we go. Okay. And turn signals. Running lights. See, that one went right in. Cool. Well, now don't want to turn. There we go. Alright. Let's see. Gotta hook up the grounds. And see if we can get ground out there. I consolidated all the ground wires into one spot, so you don't have to look all over the ground wires. Okay.
Looks good.
Now, go ahead and put in our marker lights.
Right side up.
Right side up? Okay. Yeah, you put it in there? Yeah, I can hold it for you. What are you doing in there?
Putting.
Got it?
Working on it. Got one more to go.
Okay.
Now we can do it by hand.
Tighten it up by hand.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Pretty sure the red goes in the back, yellow in the front. You getting it? Alright, we got our taillight wiring harness all hooked up, plugged into our lights, and we got our marker lights in. We got our main wiring harness in. Started working on all the electrical stuff. Got my computer mounted, fuse box mounted in here, another fuse box, and we got our shifter mounted. Got our power window wiring harness, that was already plugged in. Got a radiator in, all kinds of wiring up here. Almost done getting that all looking good and neat. Got our under hood fuse box hooked up. Even got some of our AC hooked up because we got our condenser in there. Got the radiator in, hoses, transcooler lines, and we got our fuel line coming up. Gas tank's been sitting a while. I want to pump some of that gas out of there and put some fresh gas in. But got our engine wiring harness done and all of the lights in. Well, still got to put that one headlight in. But we got our marker lights in, all of our lighting wiring harness hooked up. So we're gonna kind of call this video. And
Yeah, because it's Friday evening and the sun is setting, and we need to get home and get this video edited. We thank y'all for watching, and enjoying our videos, and we'll see you next week.
Alrighty.